And hello everyone, welcome to another video, and I'm just going to scooch that computer over a little bit so it looks a little bit nicer on here. But anyway, today we are going to be talking about parameter missions, particularly three, specifically attack, defense, and spirit. Mainly because recently the defense, the game has been updated to give a giant boost to quite a few characters, and some characters not so much. So let's take a look at it. And more importantly, let's take a look at, first of all, defense. Because recently, one of the characters more people might have is Sighart. And Sighart always, as soon as I saw his stats, his build, his passives and everything, I knew that there was almost no way that he could reach the defense challenge of 1650. As a matter of fact, I'm still pretty sure that the easiest and only real character to do it has to be Wilhelm, because Wilhelm has just such a high base defense, 8 points higher, which makes a considerable difference once you're stacking everything. As a matter of fact, Wilhelm right now might be a really decent unit to not have any super TMRs, but since I don't have Wilhelm, I'm kind of left with Sighart. And in terms of Sighart, I still have another 20 points I can throw into, well, 22 points that I can throw into defense, which will probably get him around 1600-ish. But in terms of equipment, he has Gladio's TMR, he has Van's TMR, he has the super helmet from the challenge, the judge's cowl, as well as the defense and spirit ring. He has this from the Dragon Quest event, which doesn't really have any defense on it, but does actually have 15% defense ability, which is helping. And other than that, this is a build with no super TMRs. It has his regular TMR, 240% defenses, as well as a defensive boost from the trials, basically putting him at 1510, which is very strong defense considering that I still have 1900 HP. Absolutely amazing tank. If I could get maybe a 100 defense shield or 100 defense armor, I could probably hit this pretty easily with Sighart. So the 400% difference has made a difference here, or this 400% stat cap change. Now the one that has probably made the least impact is with attack, especially with True Dual Hand, because it is an extra 100%, but True Dual Hand didn't get increased as well. So True Dual Hand still kind of it didn't get as big of a boost as a lot of other types of characters did. And in terms of this character, now I've talked about my Vincent before, he's Mac attack stat potted. This is a 1 TMR build, but it is possible. He has one of his own TMR, he has 2 Nal and Narus, 1 Cloud, which would definitely be better if I had just 2 Clouds and 2 of his own TMRs. That would be much better for getting him a higher attack. But only his own super TMR is the only a big super TMR. Now it is super enhanced to basically have 55% attack on it, but only 1 super TMR to get to the 2651 build with Odin 3-star, as much attack as I could get out of him, and a friend level 10, it is possible to do the attack one with certain characters without the investment of too many super TMRs, though you do still need a lot of high attack. This also could be improved, maybe, someday, if we get a better attack armor. And just to compare it, one of the types of units that have gotten a much bigger increase is dual wield units. Dual wield units have just gotten a lot better because of the stat cap increase, where dual wield units are now able to hit pretty much 2000. In the best case I think I've seen so far, Sephiroth at 2300 attack, and for a dual wield unit, that's pretty damn incredible. But to make it clear, the attack one did get easier for sure. It definitely did get easier. So did the defense one. Particularly, I think there are more tanks that can now reach it without having to have been really just lucky and get a liquid metal slime. And then we have Spirit. Now, I gotta say, Spirit is probably the easiest one to get. So I'll go down to what I had before, which was still pretty easy, and talk about her. So, CG Citra. Now, I've talked about one of the benefits of just how much I love natural dual wield in a kit, because you don't have to waste a materia or an accessory slot. So, fully maxed out for Spirit, we are looking at 1897 in terms of a Spirit stat. Now, the thing I want you to really notice is that there's, again, only one super TMR, which is Rems, because Rems is just a 40 Spirit and 40% Spirit, which is just bonkers. But anyway, other than that, most of the stuff is pretty much free. 2 of her own TMRs, 1 of Silt or Slit or whatever his name is, the male Mystère, as well as 1 of, I believe it is Awakened Rain's TMR. Meanwhile, Nirvana and the Trial Staff, which Trial Staff has about 24% Spirit, and Nirvana has, how much does Nirvana have? 15 plus 5, 27%. So there is an extra 50% between the two, but it is more than enough to pretty easily hit that 1850 Spirit, which, if we can just go back here, just gotta change it over to Spirit, gets us this absolutely awesome piece of equipment, which gives 5% MP per turn, 65 Spirit, 45 defense, 65 magic. Absolutely, as it turns out, just amazing for CG Citra anyway, or great for healers, great for CG Fina. There's so many that this is great for. So yes, I'm going to be relooking over HP as well as MP and oh dear, magic in the next video, but I wanted to focus on these 3 and talked about what kind of difference the percentage increase has made. It definitely made all of them easier, but it definitely made the biggest difference, I think, on Spirit as well as defense, which now there should be more options to be able to hit that some of those targets before the deadline, which, as I found out, yes, it is true, they do have a bit of a deadline to them. Someone mentioned it. I said that they were wrong. I was wrong. I apologize. They end on August 31st at noon, it looks like, which could mean that we're going to be getting more difficult ones, or could mean nothing. But for me, I still need to work on getting the MP as well as the defense one. Hopefully, I will be able to achieve that in the near future. But for now, that is the way it is. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video.